All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Green Bay Packers. And folks, I am speechless. I'm literally without speech right now. They just put up Jordan Love, the Packers defense. The Green Bay Packers just scored 18 unanswered points in the fourth quarter after going down 17-0 at halftime, and they won the football game. This team, man, this win, oh my goodness, I'm speechless. Jordan Love. Jordan Love, man, don't listen to anything about what the NFL media tells you tomorrow. 22 of 44, 259 yards, a touchdown and an interception, 9 rushes, 39 yards, and a touchdown. This man in the fourth quarter, night and day difference from last week against the Atlanta Falcons. Last week, Jordan Love was like, 0 of 6 for 0 passing yards. In the fourth quarter, the Packers team kind of crumbles a little bit, and we end up losing the game. Completely vice versa. You couldn't hear that snap because of how sweaty of excitement my hands are right now, but I just snapped. Jordan Love, man. Keep in mind, guys, there's no Christian Watson. There is no Aaron Jones. And what does Jordan Love look? He looks like a above average, at least competent quarterback without wide receiver number 1 and without RB number 1. Guys, this Packers rushing attack, I love A.J. Dillon, but he's the definition of a complimentary running back for Aaron Jones. The running attack today was Jordan Love. The passing attack today was Jordan Love. The offense today was Jordan freaking Love. Now we're going to dissect everything in today's video, but before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I'm a diehard cheesehead, so we post several Packers videos every single week. Packers fans, we're going to shoot for the stars here. If we could get 1,000 likes on this video, it would completely change my entire life. So I appreciate you guys regardless for watching this video. I'm amped up, man. I'm so amped up. I watched the first half at a bar and I was pissed off. I was pissed off, man. The first 3 quarters of this game were it was so frustrating because you can see it. You could see that we're close. You could see like, oh, maybe if we didn't have 11 penalties, we would have some type of points on the board. All of a sudden, the fourth quarter comes around. Derek Carr gets injured. Jameis Winston comes in. The Packers defense, by the way, today, regardless of who was quarterback, Derek Carr or Jameis Winston, the Packers defense was phenomenal. They only gave up 204 passing yards. They had 4 sacks. Rashawn Gary had 3 of them. The Saints ran 22 times for only 77 yards, just 3.5 yards per carry. The Packers defense was all over it today. Yes, they gave up some points. That's what happens. Team score. That's football. You're gonna give up points, right? So, oh my goodness gracious, man. Jordan Love might be the guy. Jordan Love might be the guy. Now, we've been very, very pro Jordan Love on this channel all preseason, all offseason, so far through 2 games. And this was exactly what I wanted to see. Home opener against the New Orleans Saints, a really solid team, a heavy favorite to win the NFC South. And they shut them down in the fourth quarter. I cannot believe my eyes. I literally cannot believe my eyes. Romeo Doubs, 5 catches, 73 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Reed, 3 catches, 63 yards. Luke Musgrave, 6 catches, 49 yards. Dontavian Wicks, 4 catches, 45 yards. Patrick Taylor, 3 catches, 23 yards. Emmanuel Wilson, 1 catch for 6 yards. The ball was being distributed. Now, I will say, Jordan Love certainly was not perfect. There were so many plays, specifically in the first half, like Luke Musgrave and him had an easy touchdown on just a simple overthrow. It's not perfect, but that's the whole point, and that's what we really emphasized all offseason as everybody was. It's like, I don't need him to be Aaron Rodgers. I don't need him to be Brett Favre. I don't need this dude to be a Hall of Fame quarterback week 1 or year 1 as a full-time starting QB. The Packers have an intense roster, man. The defense is loaded. There was no D-back. There was no Aaron Jones. There was no Christian Watson, and they found a way to win. It's just extremely impressive no matter how you want to cut it. It's just an extremely impressive win. One thing guys, we're 3 games into the season. Hopefully now the Packers defense gets some type of respect. Through the first 2 games, the tough loss, the 1-point loss to the Falcons, giving up 20, pretty much 14 to the Chicago Bears. For some weird reason, everybody's still telling me, non-Packers fans, by the way, I want that to be very clear. Random NFL fans are still trying to tell me the Packers defense is average. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, how? There are guys missing on their defense, and they are still shutting teams down. I know they gave up 25 to Atlanta. I know, but the offense fumbled the game. The defense week one was perfect. The defense second half today was quite literally perfect. Guys, they're missing players. They're missing starters. Guys like Rashawn Gary, who was injured pretty much all of last season. Every single Packers fan, obviously because he was drafted in the first round with a very early selection, there's a lot of hype, right, around Rashawn Gary. And we saw it briefly, and then he gets injured. And then it's like, all right, what Rashawn Gary are we going to see? Well, the Rashawn Gary we saw today was the Rashawn Gary that we saw in bunches throughout his NFL career and what we saw in his tenure in college. 3 sacks today. This Packers defense, I know they only technically had 4 sacks. They were all over that offensive line. I mean, they were all over it. The other sack was to Kenny Clark, the OG. There were a couple of missed interceptions there. The Packers defense was, it was A1. It was A1. Second half defense was literally A1. So, as we're saying, man, it's not perfect. One perfect thing, though, that I did see, or not perfect, but one great thing that I saw today was third down efficiency. Third down is very important. I don't even need to explain why. The Packers today, 8-18. 8-18 on third down. That tells me a lot about Jordan Love. That tells me a lot about Matt LaFleur. This offense, when Christian Watson and Aaron Jones, D-back, when these guys return, watch the F out, man. They've got a big-time matchup here against the Detroit Lions at home this upcoming Thursday. Short week. Devondre Campbell went down with injury. We're going to wait to see with that. David Beck, injured. No Aaron Jones. No Jair Alexander. No Christian Walker. It's the first baseman for the, Diamondbacks? He's on my fantasy team. No Christian Watson. It's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. Big time game against Detroit. Detroit did get a good win today against Atlanta. We're going to continue to cover this Green Bay Packers team as the week goes on, as we dive into the film. Regardless, though, another thing we'll wrap it up here. One great thing that I noticed, and once again, to just reiterate the point, the Green Bay Packers rushing offense outside of Jordan Love was pretty much non-existent. AJ Dillon had 11 carries for 33 yards, only averaging 3 yards per rush. Keyshawn Nixon had that rush. A couple carries from Wilson, a couple of carries from Taylor. Outside of that, the Packers, end of the day, 26 carries, 95 rushing yards, 3.7 yards per carry, and a touchdown, mainly due to Jordan Love's 9 rushes for 39 yards and that touchdown, including the long of 24, which was extremely electric, which, obviously didn't seal the win, but that was a huge time play. The fact that the Packers were able to control the time of possession by a whole 5 minutes with pretty much a non-existent rushing game, it tells me a lot about Matt LaFleur. It tells me a lot about this Packers offense. If this team can get off to a lead, first possession, Thursday night, get off to a lead, put a touchdown up on the board, I feel pretty good. Regardless, though, I feel really good about this Packers team, guys. Let me know anything you are thinking about this victory today against the New Orleans Saints. But as always, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, along with several Packers videos every single week. Guys, give me any opinion, any comment you have on this game down below. But have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time.